the area of attention has shifted from the older characters and to the ground. Now that includes audience. The audience has now become actor. Don't you think this is a tendency as a result of developments in our time? Hope you liked another clip, this time with good old Tom Wolfe. But me saying something about the effects of technology using what you probably think is a foreign language. Anywho, if you don't think I'd say anywho the way I said it, you're right. This is an unconscious visualization of my voice. We'll be doing inventory eventually, and verified badges for actual and artificial intelligences will be a market. So here it is. Here's the clip from McLuhan Videos, or McLuhan Videos YouTube channel, the Fantasia of Conspicuous Consumption, attempting an inventory of nano-economies within the general overall solar system. This is an old article from 1952. Its title, I'll read at the start. Hope you enjoy it. McLuhan Video's YouTube channel had to edit it, and there's a para-written conclusion which I can't vet due to a variety of reasons, most obvious. Advertising as a magical institution. Dr. H.M. McLuhan. Dr. McLuhan is professor of English at St. Michael's College, University of Toronto, and author of the recently published book, The Mechanical Bride, Folklore of Industrial Man. Confronted with the story of LeBlanc clamor for the restoration of ads to their overseas magazines, social media, many people hasten to conclude that ads are a baneful form of hypnotism which has corrupted our youth. What about those very numerous motorists who prefer to travel on highways well lined with billboards? Are they any different from Dr. Johnson, who preferred the hubbub of London to the picturesque beauties of rural landscape? After all, ads are social situations. They are extensions of human language, and they provide the largest single base for ordinary intercommunication in modern society. Like transportation traffic of any sort, from vehicle to teleportation. That there is, however, a point of view from which advertising can be seen as a form of magical activity, in contrast to their original function of providing information and informed opinion, which ultimately is all there is to go on, the asymptote of comprehension.
Hello, Mr. Stanislavski. Welcome to New York State. Tell us a little bit about your method.
People always ask me about my method. They say to me, Konstantin, what is acting? Well, I look at them and I say everything is acting. But there's good acting and then there's bad acting. Well, how to be a good actor? It's very simple. Don't be a bad actor. What is being a bad actor? Being a bad actor is being somebody who thinks that they are the actor. This is a bad actor.
Conclusions that type of thinking being preferable over negotiating with Napster does, which essentially the result in is anything that can't be digitized becomes merch, just like traditional merch at a concert, all these things that need to be experienced at human scale become the only real things that are left to leverage or extract value from within that industry. So now with TikTok and Universal, the license rate is negotiated again at a time when the public conversation is heading into a larger amount of people talking about the ramifications of fair use, and the distinguishing factor being human scale, which is the 20th century usage of fair use, let's say, negative land in U2, as opposed to network scale, where instead of creating a song, you're creating a platform on the internet, which is already a utility by virtue of it being a network known as the internet, in which the platform exists on. So the institution is behaving more like an individual, and the shared profits of the margins of each company here, Universal and TikTok, formerly Musical.ly, this is a conversation that has to happen, because when you are, let's say, over 1 billion in your platform, you are no longer, even though it's before 1 billion, but we have to agree that after 1 billion daily users, or anywhere near plus or minus 500 million daily users, you are not a human scale individual, and this is not transformative value. Therefore, there has to be a negotiation where there's permission being asked rather than forgiveness being asked, which has been the motto of Silicon Valley due to the intergenerational confusion of the innovations of the internet. And that is the effects of the innovations of the internet. Due to the intergenerational confusion, we've reached an inflection point where the utility known as the internet is now in fact a utility known as the internet. It went from, let's say, 1995 World Wide Web to right now. You know, we had Napster in between, we had the iPhone in between, and Napster in a lot of ways was the beginning of social media, but it's more so the social media of right this moment rather than the social media, say, Friendster and Facebook. That is a characteristic of a network, but because it's not exclusively commercial, like copyright content reuse, claiming fair use, it's a question of scale. And the scale of, let's say, if you have a headquarters, as opposed to the scale of, let's say, you don't have a headquarters and you're just using the platform. These are differentiations that need to be understood legally in order for this to proceed beyond litigation and into